One of the most iconic scenes in anime history. A scene that brought millions to tears, spawned countless memes, theories, and debates, was never about what people thought it was about. You've probably seen it. Maybe even cried during it. Maybe it made you angry, confused, or inspired. But what if that emotion, that raw reaction you felt, was exactly what the anime wanted you to feel? So you'd miss the real message hidden beneath it? This isn't just a scene, it's a test. A psychological trap set by the writers, and most of us failed. Today, we'll break it down. Line by line, moment by moment, and I promise, by the end of this video, you will never see that scene the same way again. Ready? There are scenes in anime that everyone remembers. The death of a beloved character, a sudden betrayal, a shocking twist. But the scene we're about to talk about today, it's different. It wasn't just dramatic, it was divisive. Some people called it genius. Others called it trash. Some called the character in it a monster. Some a martyr. But very few stopped to ask, what was this scene really about? We're talking about that scene in Attack on Titan. You already know the one. When Eren Jaeger, the boy who once screamed, "I'll kill every last one of them," makes the unthinkable decision in Season 4, when he chooses to become the thing he once hated, to sacrifice humanity for freedom. But wait, this video isn't about Eren's final transformation. It's about something far more subtle, and far more misunderstood. It's about Eren's conversation with Armin and Mikasa, a scene that should have been about closure, but turned out to be the most misunderstood scene in anime history. Let's rewind to that conversation, the infamous beach scene. On the surface, it's straightforward. Eren, knowing he has little time left, reveals the truth to his best friends. He admits to manipulating them. He distances himself from them emotionally, and he tells Mikasa that he's always hated her. Boom, the internet exploded. Eren's a villain. He's cold, he's lying, he's telling the truth. The arguments went on and on. But here's the thing, this entire scene was not written to answer your questions. It was written to trap you in your assumptions. Think about it. When Eren says, "I hate you, Mikasa," do you believe him? Do you think he's being cruel? Or protecting her? Why does he insult Armin? Why does he say these things and then cry moments later? Most people saw contradiction, but it was never a contradiction. It was a performance. The true genius of this scene isn't in what's said, it's in what's not said, and how it's delivered. Eren knows his fate. He's seen the paths, he's seen the future. He knows he must become a monster in the eyes of the world, because it's the only way his friends will be seen as heroes. So he does the unthinkable. He breaks his own image in the eyes of the people who love him most. He tells Mikasa a lie so brutal, she'll be forced to let him go. He pushes Armin away, even though Armin is one of the last people who still believes there's another way. Why? Because he needs them to fight him, to be free of him. Eren isn't just sacrificing his life, he's sacrificing how he's remembered. He doesn't want to be a tragic hero. He doesn't want a statue or a grave. He wants the world to think he was the villain so that his friends can have peace. But here's the twist, and the reason this scene is so misunderstood. Eren was never the villain, he was never the hero, and he broke himself to protect others. Let's talk about human psychology for a second. When we see a character act in a way that confuses us, we want answers, so we project our own logic onto them. We say, he must have meant this, or he said that because he's evil, or he's a genius, or he's lost it. But what if Eren didn't want us to understand him? What if his entire character arc was about being misunderstood? Look at his evolution. Season 1, pure rage and revenge. Season 2 to 3, slowly understanding the bigger picture. Season 4, cold, calculating, but always emotional underneath. The Eren we see on that beach, he's tired, he's scared, but he's also resolved. He wants to carry the burden alone, and the only way to do that is to make sure no one tries to carry it with him. So he lies, he pushes, he burns the bridge while crying on it, and that's the tragedy. Most viewers saw this scene as Eren turning evil, but it's the opposite. It was the most human moment of his journey. He wasn't being cold, he was being kind, in the cruelest way possible. You don't break the hearts of the people you love unless you believe it's the only way to save them. This is what people missed. Eren didn't want to be remembered as a hero. He wanted to be hated, because only then could Mikasa move on. Could Armin lead? Could the world unite? Eren took the hate so others could heal. That's not evil. That's ultimate sacrifice. Why this scene matters today. So why are we talking about this? Why does it matter whether people misunderstood a scene in a fictional anime? Because this scene reflects reality. In real life, we judge people based on their actions. We rarely ask about their pain. We see the surface, not the scars. Eren's story mirrors the way society sees outcasts, leaders who make hard decisions, people who suffer silently. We celebrate heroes who smile, but we ignore the ones who break inside, so others don't have to. That's why this scene matters, because it's about the cost of peace. And the price is often paid by the ones we misunderstand the most. So the next time someone says Eren was just a villain, or he lost his mind, ask them this. What if he saw further than anyone else? What if he hurt the people he loved to protect them from a greater pain? What if that scene wasn't about hate, but love so intense it had to hide itself behind cruelty? That's what makes it the most misunderstood scene in anime history. You don't have to agree with Eren, you don't have to forgive him, but you can't deny. He made us question everything. And maybe that was the point all along. If this made you rethink that scene, even just a little, hit that subscribe button. Because we're not just explaining anime here, we're uncovering truths that most people missed. Let's keep diving deeper. See you in the next video.